Hey, what's up, coin collectors and treasure hunters? Have you ever picked up a penny and thought, man, this thing is probably worthless? Well, hold up, before you toss the 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny back into the universe, you might want to check again. Because, believe it or not, there's one of these bad boys out there worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. Yeah, you heard that right, more than a house, a sports car, and definitely more than what you have under your couch cushions. Come on, a penny? Worth over $1 million? But trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be running to check your spare change. I'll break down exactly why this little coin is worth so much, how to spot it, and what to do if you find one. So, grab a seat, maybe a magnifying glass, and let's dive in. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. You can tell it's from Philly because, well, it doesn't have a mint mark. Pretty simple, right? Most of these pennies are totally normal and worth just 1 cent. But, and this is a big but, there are a few that are worth life-changing money. So, what makes this penny so valuable? It's all about the errors, rarity, and condition. The $1 million version of this penny isn't just any old 2000 Lincoln Cent. Here's what to look for. Some of these pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were accidentally made on a different type of metal, like a foreign coin blank. If you find one that looks off in color or weight, you might have a jackpot. This is a fancy way of saying the coin was struck slightly twice, causing noticeable doubling in the lettering, like Liberty or the date. If your penny looks like it's seeing double, you're in luck. If your penny is in MS68 or higher condition, meaning it looks fresh out of the mint, collectors will pay big bucks for it. Most pennies are tossed around in pockets, vending machines, and the occasional laundry cycle, so finding a pristine one is rarer now. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was at a gas station when I got a handful of change. Usually, I don't even look at pennies, I mean, who does, right? But I had just started getting into coin collecting, so I figured, why not? I checked the dates, and boom, there it was. A 2000 no mint mark penny that looked a little different. My heart started racing. This could be it, I thought. I raced home, did some research, and took it to a coin dealer. Crushed. But hey, it was a lesson learned. And now I check my pennies like a detective solving $1 million mystery. So, if you happen to find a 2000 no mint mark penny, don't get too excited just yet. Get it checked out by a professional grader. A verified error or high-grade penny can be worth a fortune, while a regular one will still buy you, well, nothing in today's economy. Speaking of value, the highest recorded sale of a 2000 no mint mark penny was an insane $1.1 million at auction. That's life-changing money for a tiny copper coin. So, yes, it is possible, but only if you have the right one. Alright, folks, now you know why you should never ignore your spare change. That 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny in your pocket could be worth a fortune. But don't just rely on luck, learn what to look for, keep an eye out for those errors, and always check your coins. Who knows? You could be sitting on $1 million payday and not even know it. If you found this video helpful or at least mildly entertaining, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video on valuable coins. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and crazy coin stories coming your way. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever found a penny in your pocket and thought, man, just another 1 cent coin? Well, what if I told you that one of those could actually be worth $1.2 million? Yeah, you heard that right. A single 1995 no mint mark Lincoln penny has sold for that jaw-dropping amount. Now, before you go emptying your piggy bank onto the floor, stick around because today we're diving into what makes this coin so valuable, how to spot it, and most importantly, how you might have one without even knowing it. Oh, and trust me, you don't want to be the person who unknowingly spends a rare penny at the gas station for a stick of gum. That would be heartbreaking. So, let's get into it. Alright, so what's the big deal with this little coin? At first glance, the 1995 no mint mark Lincoln penny looks just like any other penny you see every day. It has good old Abe Lincoln on the front, the Lincoln Memorial on the back, and that coppery shine unless it's been hanging out in someone's couch cushions for years. But here's where it gets interesting. Some of these pennies were struck with a special error, specifically a double die obverse. That means if you look closely, you'll see a slight doubling effect, especially on the words liberty and in God we trust at the top of the coin. This error is what makes this penny extremely valuable to collectors. Now, I know what you're thinking, okay, so there's an error, but why is it worth over $1 million? Great question. The reason these pennies have skyrocketed in value is simple: rare errors equal big money in the coin world. The rarer the error, the more collectors are willing to pay. And in 1995, only a few of these error coins escaped into circulation, making them super desirable. Let me tell you a quick story. A couple of years ago, I was sorting through some loose change, and I spotted a 1995 penny with no mint mark. My heart started racing. Could this be the penny? I grabbed a magnifying glass like I was some kind of detective in a crime movie, squinting at the words liberty and in God we trust. I swore I saw doubling. Excited, I rushed to get it appraised, only to be told it wasn't the rare double die variety. Just a regular, run-of-the-mill penny. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. But hey, lesson learned: always double-check with an expert before planning an early retirement. Use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to inspect liberty and in God we trust. If they appear slightly doubled, you could have a jackpot penny. A penny in mint condition, MS65 or higher, is going to be worth way more than a worn-out one that's been through the laundry a few times. If you think you found one, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate it and give it an official grade, which can seriously increase its value. Now, let's talk numbers. A 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny with the Doubled Die Obverse in top condition has been known to sell for over $1.2 million at auctions. Even if yours isn't in pristine shape, lower-grade examples have still sold for thousands. You could literally turn 1 cent into thousands of dollars just by knowing what to look for. Who needs a lottery ticket when you have pocket change, right? So, there you have it, folks. The next time you get a penny in your change, don't just toss it aside, give it a good look. You might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it, and if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about hidden treasures in everyday coins, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll be dropping more videos on rare and valuable coins, how to find them, and how to sell them for top dollar. Also, let me know in the comments, have you ever found a rare coin before? Or have you, like me, had a close call with a not-so-rare one? I'd love to hear your stories. Hey there, fellow coin hunters. Ever dig through your pocket change and wonder if you're holding a hidden fortune? Well, today, I've got a wild story for you about a humble little penny from 1993 that could make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1993 VDB Lincoln penny has been valued at a staggering $1.30 million. Now, before you start flipping over every penny in your piggy bank, let's talk about what makes this coin so special. Because let's be honest, if every 1993 VDB penny was worth that much, we'd all be quitting our jobs and cashing in at Coinstar. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and who knows, you might just find one hiding in your couch cushions. Alright, so the 1993 VDB penny was minted in Denver, hence the little D mint mark under the date. Now, here's the thing: this penny is normally worth, well, a penny. Shocking, I know. But there's a rare error that turns some of these coins into literal gold mines. Okay, not gold, but close enough. One of the main reasons some 1993 VDB pennies are insanely valuable is due to minting errors. These mistakes are what collectors go absolutely nuts over. The most famous ones? This happens when the coin isn't properly aligned during minting, leaving part of the design missing. Imagine Lincoln's head looking like it's taking a casual stroll off the edge of the coin. This means some details, like Lincoln's face, the date, or in God we trust, appear slightly doubled, making the coin look like it's having an identity crisis. Every now and then, a penny gets stamped on the wrong type of metal, and that's when things get really interesting. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A collector was sifting through a jar of old pennies when he spotted something weird about one of his 1993 DS. It had an unusual shine, different from the others. Turns out, it was struck on a bronze planchet instead of zinc, making it a one-of-a-kind mistake. After getting it authenticated and graded, he sold it for $1.3 million at auction. Imagine that, one penny, and boom, he's set for life. I don't know about you, but I've started inspecting my change like a detective at a crime scene. The other day, I was at a gas station, and the cashier handed me some pennies. I held them up to the light so intensely, the guy behind me thought I was doing some kind of science experiment. Alright, now let's get into the nitty gritty. If you want to know if your 1993 D penny is worth more than a cent, here's what you need to do. A regular 1993 D pennies are made of zinc and weigh 2.5 grams. If yours weighs around 3.1 grams, you might be holding a rare bronze error. Examine the words Liberty and In God We Trust for any doubling. If the letters look blurry or duplicated, cha-ching. If the D looks off-center or strangely shaped, it could be a valuable variety. If you think you have a rare penny, send it to a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade your coin, which can significantly increase its value at auction.so. Next time you're about to toss your spare change into a tip jar or let it collect dust in your car's cup holder, take a second look. You never know, you could be sitting on a penny worth $1.30 million. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on finding valuable coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I've got plenty more coin hunting secrets to share, and who knows? The next video might just help you find another rare penny worth a fortune. Hit that like button, drop a comment if you've ever found a weird or valuable coin, and I'll see you in the next one. Alright, imagine this. You're at the grocery store, you pay in cash, and the cashier hands you back some pennies. You barely glance at them before tossing them into your pocket. Later, you dump them into that random jar we all have at home, the one we swear we'll roll up and take to the bank one day but never actually do. Well, what if I told you that one of those pennies could be worth $1.4 million? That's right, a single 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny has been sold for an insane amount of money. And the craziest part? It could be sitting in your spare change right now. Today, we're diving deep into why this tiny copper coin is worth more than a brand new Lamborghini. We'll cover what makes it special, how to spot one, and most importantly, how you can turn an ordinary penny into life-changing cash. So stick around because you don't want to be the person who unknowingly spends $1 million penny on a pack of gum. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about a 1994 penny? It looks just like every other penny, right? Well, that's where things get interesting. Normally, 1994 pennies struck in Philadelphia have no mint mark, while those from Denver and San Francisco have a D or S respectively. But a rare batch of 1994 pennies was struck with an error or unique characteristics that set them apart from the millions of regular ones. One of the biggest factors is a double die error. This means the coin was struck twice, leading to noticeable doubling on Lincoln's face, the date, or the words "In God We Trust." Another rare variety has a wrong planchet error, meaning it was accidentally struck on a different metal, making it weigh slightly more or less than a normal penny. And when collectors find a penny like this in pristine condition, they're willing to throw down some serious cash. That's how one of these bad boys ended up selling for $1.4 million at auction. Okay, so now you're probably scrambling to find your old piggy bank, right? Before you start flipping your furniture upside down looking for loose change, let me give you a step-by-step guide on how to check for a valuable 1994 no-mint mark penny. First, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. You don't need to be a full-time coin collector to inspect your pennies like a pro. Look for the following: doubling on letters or Lincoln's face. If anything looks a little blurry or stretched, you might have a double die error. A normal penny should weigh 2.5 grams. If yours is heavier or lighter, you might have a rare wrong planchet penny. If you think you have one, don't go spending it at a vending machine just yet. You'll want to get it professionally graded by PCGS or NGC, which are top-tier coin grading services. Alright, let me tell you a quick story that still haunts me to this day. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my car because, let's be honest, it was basically a mobile trash can at that point. I found a handful of pennies under the seat, and instead of checking them, I threw them into a Coinstar machine. Yep. I might have thrown away $1 million penny. Could I have had a rare 1994 no-mint mark penny in that pile? I'll never know, and that regret will stay with me forever. Moral of the story? Check your pennies, people. Don't be like me. So, let's say you actually find one of these rare pennies. What now? Well, you have a few options. Places like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbauers specialize in rare coins and attract serious collectors with deep pockets. Believe it or not, some rare pennies have been sold for thousands on eBay. Just make sure to get it authenticated first. Attending a coin show or visiting a reputable dealer can help you get an accurate valuation. Remember, if someone offers you $100 for a coin that could be worth $1 million, run the other way. Always do your research and get multiple opinions before selling. So there you have it, the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that could turn your spare change into life-changing money. Who knew that a little copper coin sitting in a jar could be worth more than a mansion? Now, before you rush off to dig through your couch cushions, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I post videos just like this one, helping you discover valuable coins that could be hiding right under your nose. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments, what's the most valuable coin you've ever found? Alright, folks, I have a question for you. Have you ever paid for something with cash and later thought, wait, what if that penny I just handed over was actually worth a fortune? Yeah, I know, sounds crazy, but it happens. And today, we're talking about one of those wild cases, the 1987 VDB Lincoln penny that could make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard me right. A tiny, seemingly ordinary penny from 1987 with a little D mint mark under the date has been sold for an eye-watering $1.5 million. That's not just a little pocket change, that's life-changing money. So, how does a simple copper-coated coin become worth more than a Ferrari? What makes this penny so valuable? And most importantly, could you have one sitting in a jar at home? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for. First, let's set the scene. It's 1987, big hair, neon clothes, and cassette tapes are all the rage. Ronald Reagan is president, and people are jamming out to Whitney Houston and Bon Jovi. Meanwhile, at the Denver Mint, millions of pennies are rolling off the presses, including the one we're talking about today. And now, most of these pennies were completely normal zinc cores coated with copper, weighing 2.5 grams. But a handful of them? Something went very, very right, or very, very wrong, depending on how you look at it. So what makes the 1987 VDB penny worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million? Well, my friends, it all comes down to errors and rarity. This coin is believed to be a one-of-a-kind mint error, possibly struck on the wrong planchet, double die errors, or some other weird fluke that collectors go absolutely bonkers for. And trust me, coin collectors love errors. If a penny comes out looking a little wonky, it's like finding a misprinted baseball card or a rare comic book. Suddenly, everyone wants a piece of it. Here are some of the possible reasons this penny is worth a fortune. It may have been struck on a foreign planchet by mistake. Imagine finding a penny made of silver or some other metal. It's like hitting the coin lottery. This is when the design is slightly duplicated, making Lincoln's face look a little too 3D. If you have one, congratulations, you're basically holding a mini masterpiece. If the penny was struck off-center, collectors will go nuts for it. The more off-center, the better. Now, here's the kicker. The most famous 1987 VDB penny with one of these errors sold at auction for $1.5 million. Imagine digging through your loose change, finding a dusty old penny, and realizing it could buy you a mansion. Now, let me tell you a little story. A few years back, I got really into coin hunting. You know, the kind where you dump out every single coin jar in your house, squint at them under a magnifying glass, and start thinking you're Indiana Jones on the hunt for hidden treasure. So one day, I'm at the grocery store, and I get a penny in my change that looks a little off. I swear, my heart started racing. Could this be the one? The golden, or copper, ticket? I rushed home, grabbed my coin book, and checked it under a bright light. Turns out it was just a regular, super worn penny. Worth exactly 1 cent. But hey, the thrill was real. And that's what keeps me, and so many others, digging through pocket change. You never know what you'll find. Your everyday pocket change could be hiding a fortune. The 1987 VDB Lincoln penny that sold for $1.5 million proves that rare coins are out there just waiting to be discovered. So, check your piggy banks, go through your old coin jars, and keep an eye out for anything unusual. You never know, you could be sitting on $1 million penny without even realizing it. And if you want more tips on valuable coins, error hunting, and how to turn your spare change into serious cash, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video, drop a comment if you've ever found an unusual coin, and share this with a friend who might unknowingly be carrying a fortune in their wallet. Alright, picture this, you're digging through your couch cushions, hoping to find enough change for a vending machine snack, and suddenly boom! You spot a 1985 VDB penny. No big deal, right? Just another 1-cent coin. But what if I told you that little copper beauty could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.6 million? Yeah, you heard that right, $1.6 million for a single penny. Now, before you flip over your entire house searching for spare change, let's break it down. What makes this penny so valuable? How can you tell if you have one? And is this just a collector's dream, or could you actually cash in big? Stick with me, and by the end of this video, you might just be running to check your coin jar. So, the 1985 D Lincoln Penny was minted in Denver, hence the little D mint mark under the date. Now, normally, these pennies are about as valuable as, well, a penny. But here's where things get interesting. Rare errors and special features can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's jackpot. The reason this particular 1985 D penny is so valuable comes down to a minting error. Some pennies from this year were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they weren't supposed to be pennies at all. Others had a doubled die, which means the image of Lincoln or the lettering looks blurry or shadowed because it was stamped twice. And some had an off-center strike, where the design is shifted. Collectors go wild for these mistakes, and when a rare one turns up in top-notch condition, also known as MS68 or higher, the price skyrockets. That's how one of these little copper wonders reached $1.6 million at auction. Alright, so now that we know these bad boys exist, how do you find one? Here's what to look for. Check the lettering on the coin, especially Liberty and In God We Trust. If the letters look blurry or have a shadow effect, you might have a winner. If Lincoln's face isn't centered or part of the design is missing, that's a rare error worth big bucks. If the coin looks weirdly shiny, heavier, or lighter than a normal penny, it might have been struck on a different metal, making it a super rare find. High-grade condition, even without errors. If your penny looks fresh out of the mint with no scratches, it could be worth serious cash. A personal story, my near miss with a rare penny. Now, let me tell you a quick story about how I almost struck gold, but didn't. A few years ago, I was going through my grandfather's old coin collection. He had jars and jars of pennies. I was halfway through sorting when I spotted a 1985 D penny that looked weird. The color was off, the design seemed slightly shifted, so I got excited. I took it to a local coin shop, convinced I had found my $1 million ticket. The guy at the counter pulls out his magnifying glass, studies it for a few minutes, and then looks at me like I just asked if I could trade it for a Ferrari. Turns out, it was just a slightly worn-down regular penny. Devastating. Most of these rare finds show up in the least expected places. People have found $1 million coins in their pocket change, old piggy banks, and even stuck in car cup holders. You never know where your hidden treasure might be, so, let's say you check your coin jar and bam, you've got a 1985 D penny that looks suspiciously valuable. What's next? Before listing it for sale, take your penny to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. These guys will examine it and tell you exactly how rare and valuable it is. If someone offers you $50 for your coin and you know it's worth much more, run. Always sell through reputable auction houses or trusted dealers. Coins like these do best at major auctions like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbowers, where serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar. Conclusion. Alright, so now you know the 1985 D Lincoln Penny isn't just any penny, it could be a life-changing jackpot. With error coins, high-grade specimens, and the right buyer, your pocket change could be worth more than a new car, a house, or even an early retirement. Now, before you sprint off to check your couch cushions, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I post videos all the time about valuable coins, hidden treasures, and strategies for turning spare change into serious cash. You don't want to miss the next big find, and hey, if you do find a valuable penny, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your story. Who knows? Your discovery might be the next video. Hey there, fellow coin hunters. Imagine this, you're going through some loose change, looking for a quarter for the vending machine, when bam, you stumble upon a regular-looking penny. But what if I told you that this regular penny could actually be worth a staggering $1.7 million? Sounds crazy, right? Well, buckle up because today, we're talking about the 2017 P Lincoln Penny, a modern-day treasure hiding in plain sight. Now, I know what you're thinking. Come on, it's just a penny. What could possibly make it worth that much? Trust me, I thought the same thing until I started digging into the details. And let me tell you, the story behind this penny is absolutely wild. So, if you've got a jar of pennies lying around, you might want to grab it because by the end of this video, you could be a millionaire. The story behind the 2017 P Lincoln Penny. First things first, what makes this penny special? In 2017, to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the US Mint, something happened that had never happened before in history. The Philadelphia Mint did something shocking. They put a P mint mark on a Lincoln penny for the first time ever. That's right. Before 2017, Philadelphia minted pennies had no mint mark. But to honor this historic occasion, they added a little P under the date, and just like that, history was made. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most 2017 P pennies are only worth face value. But a few rare ones have errors or unique qualities that make them worth a fortune. Alright, let's talk money. If you find a 2017 P penny in your change, don't get too excited just yet. Most of them are common. But some rare errors and special features can skyrocket their value. Here are the key things that can make your 2017 P penny worth a life-changing amount. This is the biggest reason why certain pennies sell for insane amounts. Look for, if Lincoln's face or the lettering looks slightly doubled, you might have a jackpot coin. If the design is shifted off to the side, that's a rare find. If you see raised, extra metal blobs on the surface, that's another valuable error. Coins are graded from 1 to 70. If your penny is graded MS67 or higher, it can be worth thousands even if it has no errors. Why? Because finding one in perfect, uncirculated condition is extremely rare. The color of the penny also matters. Copper coins come in 3 shades: red, RD, red-brown, RB, and brown, BN. A full red 2017 P penny in pristine condition is what collectors are after. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Did a 2017 P penny actually sell for $1.7 million? Yes, but under very specific conditions. A collector paid this record-breaking amount for a one-of-a-kind, flawless error penny with a super high grade and extreme rarity. It's basically the holy grail of 2017 P pennies. Probably not. But can you still find a 2017 P penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Absolutely. Okay, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was at a gas station and I got some change back. Among the pennies was a 2017 P penny. At first, I didn't think much of it. But then I remembered hearing about rare pennies from that year, so I took a closer look. It had a tiny die crack running through Lincoln's eye. My heart nearly jumped out of my chest. I rushed home, grabbed my magnifying glass, and started researching. I sent it in for grading, and while it wasn't the $1.7 million version, it still ended up being worth over $800. Not bad for a penny I almost tossed into a tip jar, so trust me, checking your pocket change is worth it. You never know what you might find. Alright, now that you know what to look for, it's time for you to check your coins. If you've got a 2017 P Lincoln penny, grab a magnifying glass and inspect it closely. Look for errors, check the color, and see if it's in high-grade condition. Who knows? You might be sitting on a hidden fortune. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, smash the like button and hit subscribe. I post videos every week on hidden treasures in your pocket change and how to turn coin collecting into serious cash. Got a cool coin story? Drop it in the comments. I love hearing about amazing finds from you guys. Alright, coin lovers, buckle up because today we're talking about a 2013 Lincoln penny. Yes, just a regular old penny that you might have in your pocket right now that's worth a mind-blowing $1.8 million. That's right, a single cent that could buy you a mansion, a luxury car, or even erase your student loans. Well, almost. Now, I know what you're thinking. Wait, what? How does a modern penny end up being worth millions? Well, stick around because we're about to break it all down. What makes this penny so valuable, how to tell if you have one, and of course, the best ways to check your change so you don't accidentally spend a fortune on a pack of gum. And make sure to watch until the end, because I'll share a crazy personal story about the time I almost spent a valuable coin without realizing it. It still haunts me. So, first things first, what's so special about the 2013 no mint mark Lincoln penny? After all, it looks like every other penny, right? Well, not exactly. This specific penny isn't just any regular 2013 coin, it's got some serious errors that collectors go wild for. And when collectors want something, they're willing to drop some insane cash to get it. One of the biggest reasons behind this penny's value is a major minting mistake. It could be, this means parts of the design look blurry or doubled, especially on Lincoln's face or the lettering. Some of these pennies were accidentally struck on older copper planchets instead of zinc, making them super rare. If Lincoln's face looks a little off, like he's trying to escape the coin, that could be a jackpot. Not every 2013 penny is worth a fortune, so don't go flipping your couch cushions just yet. You have to know what to look for. Alright, Here's the fun part: how to see if your 2013 penny is the one that could change your life. First, grab a magnifying glass. Yes, really. We're about to become detectives. If the numbers look doubled or stretched, that's a clue. If his profile looks blurred or shifted, you might be onto something. A normal 2013 penny weighs 2.5 grams, but if yours is 3.1 grams, it could be one of the rare transitional errors. And if you think you've got something special, don't just throw it on eBay for $5. Get it professionally graded. A certified coin expert can confirm if you're holding a jackpot. A few years ago, I found an old penny in my drawer. It looked weird, like the lettering was doubled. But at the time, I wasn't into coin collecting, so I did what any normal person would do: I spent it on a vending machine snack. Yep, just casually gave away what could have been a rare and valuable coin for a bag of chips. Fast forward to when I actually got into coin collecting, I learned that the exact type of penny I had same year, same error, sold at an auction for over $100,000. I still wake up at night thinking about it. So don't be like me, check your pennies before you spend them. The 2013 no mint mark Lincoln penny could be worth $1.8 million if it has rare errors. Always check your change, because valuable coins can be hiding in plain sight. Never spend a penny without checking it first. Trust me, you don't want to learn the hard way like I did. Now, if you found this video helpful or just entertaining, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another video about valuable coins. I'm always sharing tips on how to find rare coins in your pocket change, and trust me, you don't want to miss out. Also, if you have any cool coin finds, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories.